So, for example, you mentioned the Apprentice that I've worked on. That has to be all real. Like, we can't, as producers, say anything because it's real money on the line, right? It's Lord Sugar's real money. It's not the BBC's money. It's Lord Sugar's actual money.
Right.
It's a competition show, so everything has to be fair. Like, we can't take any bias. Everything has to be fair across the board. So things are timed to an inch of their life. If something stopped in one, because also there's 4 different teams shooting around London, say, if someone stops for a technical reason, and we can't stop the other teams at that time, usually we'll try and stop them all, but we might not be able to because it might be time sensitive or something. What will then happen is the team that had to stop for, it'll only be like a minute, their clock stops, and then once it starts again, it starts. But everyone across the board only gets 20 minutes, say, whether it stops or starts due to technical errors. It'll always only be, just so it's always fair.
Is Lord Sugar part of the production of that as well? Like, does he hone in on it, or does he set the task and set back?
Yeah, he is involved, because again, but he doesn't, like, people think that it's kind of like preset from the start. It's not. Like, things can go one way or the other depending on how the task unfolds on the day, and we never know what's going to happen. Whereas on Geordie Shore, I could say, "Oh, Chloe, just say that line again, or tell me this, or tell Nathan what you really think of him." On The Apprentice, you can't do that. It's you just sit back and you observe and document, and it's more what they're doing in front of you, and you just directing, because I'm not shooting that. I'm directing a crew to be like, "Oh, get that person. They're giving them a dodgy look," or "Get that. They've spelt something wrong on the screen that I can't tell them that they spelt it wrong," because that's part of their mistake.
That's the comedy element of it, yeah.
Exactly. But, like, I can't step in and say, "Oh, just say that line again," or tell that person what you're thinking, because then if they get fired for saying that thing, they can then say, "Well, hang on a minute. I didn't want to say that. Johnny made me say that, and now you're firing me for saying that."
Yeah,
so
that
is a lot more hands off. You're a lot more hands off, and you observe and you film.
Is there any involvement with the professionals, like when they do like a task sort of thing, like, for instance, have to design a logo for a brand of chocolate or whatever?
No, they're not allowed. That's part of the rules. They're not allowed.
So the people, those professionals that are designing for, when they're in that room and they're presenting that pitch to the heads of those companies, that's all real, and their reaction.
The pitch is all real. The design of the logo is all real. But what the designers aren't allowed to do is they can't give any sort of indication of whether they think that the logo is good or bad.